For 2025, I decided to get me a new 25 caliber. This is the 25 Titan. This is a custom cartridge by Bruce Finnegan. The barrel is 25 inches with a 1 in 7 twist rate. The parent case is a 6.5 Creedmoor that is blown out with a 40-degree shoulder. The 25 Titan case water weight capacity is 55.2 grains, which is 2.7 grains more than the 6.5 Creedmoor. I built the shooting system on a Desert Tan upper receiver and a 15-inch handguard from AR-15 handguards. The bolt carrier group and charge handle is from Aero Precision. The Desert Tan from AR-15 handguard does not quite match the Magpul grip or stock, but it's really close. I've currently played with 5 different bullets and 8 different powders. These tests were really to blow out the case to full form and test which powders the rifle likes. Now that I have a handful of cases fully fire-formed, I took the 25 Titan and the 127 grain HHT out to 500 yards. I decided to use the IMR 4350, and the glass was a Citron 420 by 50 S-Tac scope. This was a particularly windy day. The bullet seemed to track really well with Hammer Bullets predicted G7 BC of .262. I really need to push the bullets farther to true the BC, but if you're hunting out to 500 yards, the bullet tracks really well. Cree and me got invited to hunt West Texas with my buddy Ron. Seeing the knee-high grass had me highly concerned I would never be able to spot a hog or a coyote. But once I investigated the hunting grounds, the cattle seemed to be eating really well. My first hunt was on a field that stretched 300 yards wide and 500 yards long. There are several cattle trails that coyotes like to work that run the length of this pasture. I arrived an hour before sunset. I set up my call 75 yards between 2 cattle trails. The wind was pretty flat. 10 minutes after sunset, this pair of coyotes were working one of the cattle trails. They didn't seem to be in a hurry, so I just waited for the second bigger one to walk out into the opening. Unfortunately, my gun jammed due to my brass catcher being misaligned. I dropped the jam case. The second coyote had worked itself a good 300 yards out. I gave it a swing. Even though this looked like a good shot, after checking my drop, my maximum point-blank range is 285 yards. It took me a hot minute to recover this first coyote. In my thermal scope, I thought it was only 75 to 80 yards out. I took a screenshot of where I recovered him. The distance according to Google Earth was 225 yards. Not bad for my first 25 Titan hunt. It was a high spine shot that did a heck of a lot of trauma due to bone implosion. I went back to watch the shot in slow motion. The bullet definitely went where I was aiming. My second hunt happened really fast. I went out to a massive coastal field where the cattle and horses were all hanging out. There are a ton of cattle trails here, and I set up just off of one of the trails. In the middle of a rabbit distress call, I accidentally hit a react button that auto-plays the kiki sound at nearly max volume. That got all the coyotes in the zip codes howling. Since they were aggressive, I turned on pup in distress, and I could feel this coyote run right past me. He pushed out to 75 yards and stopped. The terminal performance at this distance was not as bad as I expected. The exit was about 3/4 of an inch. It also had that typical triangle shape you get from Hammer Bullets, shank, and pedals. The 25 Titan is a dream to shoot. Very light recoil with no muzzle device, well balanced on the tripod, and deadly accurate when I do my part. I've got a lot planned for the 25 Titan, so stay tuned for my next adventure.